Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit Zappy here, back again with Attack on Titan. We're on episode 9 of season 3, and in the last episode how do I put this? There was a massive fuck-off Titan crawling its way along to the Ovid district or something like that. It's essentially like a city just like Shiganshina was. You know, it's like on the outskirts of the inner wall. Or I guess technically the outer wall of Wall Cena. Yeah, so Rod's Titan, it's crawling its way towards that district, and I guess Erwin's plan is to just wait for it to get there and set up an attack against it, I guess. I don't know how they're gonna fight this thing, because I feel like it's just so big. Like, to fight against the Colossal's one thing, like, you know, that is a task in of itself. To fight this thing, I don't know how you kill this thing. Because the size difference of like their swords might as well be a fucking paper cut. Just because of the size difference. It's all relative. It's just, how the fuck do you kill this thing? I don't know. But I kind of want this fucking thing to stand up on its legs and just because I want to get I want to get a feel for its height. You know what I mean? Like, I can visualize it, but I want to see it, to be honest. And I want to see the Colossal next to it as well. I don't know if that's going to happen. Like, I just don't think so. I mean, I don't know what Berthold's doing right now, but I don't know. I would like to see it, though. I would like to see them fight. Historia is to become queen, because obviously she's the only one left of the Reyes family, so she has to become queen. And also the basement. I kind of have a theory about what's in there now. I feel like it's going to be a vial similar to what the armor vial was and then the start of last episode, and it probably contains some sort of serum that sort of equals Reyes' power, because they keep saying, you know, in order to get the full potential out of the coordinate power or the founder Titan power, you have to be a Reyes, and because Eren isn't, he may not be able to use it to its full potential. However, that potential may be in the basement. So that's a theory I'm putting out there. May come true, may not. We'll don't know until we fucking get it. But I have ordered a fucking an Attack on Titan key necklace. So if they don't fucking get there soon, I'm gonna fucking head over there myself, because I'm sick of fucking waiting. It's pissing us off. So yeah. I think that's all I need to talk about. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get in episode 9 of season 3. See what's up. See this fucking battle commence, hopefully. So let's go. We're a first person view. So this is what a Titan sees, is it? I mean, I don't know how he's seeing, because oh, there. I was gonna say his head's fucking face planted in the dirt. How the hell is he looking at anything? Ruler of the walls. You know what it is? I'm going to turn this up because I want to be able to hear it loud.
目標の巨人はより大勢の人間が密集する方へと吸い寄せられる。なので今から急に住民をウォールシーナ内へ避難させれば、目標はそれに引き寄せられ、壁を破壊し突き進むでしょう。ここに戻る途中、エレン・イエーガーの中にある巨人を操る力を試しましたが、通じませんでした。
Oh my god, he's actually trying to stop it. Does there have to be something like a goal as well with this?
目標を仕留め損なったとしても、住民に一人として死傷者を出さぬよう尽くしましょう。
Maybe the coordinate didn't work on Rod because he's a Reyes. Maybe that's what it is.
目標はかつてないほど巨大な体ですが、それゆえにノロまで的がでかい。
Does it?
壁上固定法は大変有効なはずですが、もしそれでも倒せない場合は、調査兵団最大の兵力を駆使するしかありません。
I've had Eren just jump on the back and rip him out with fucking fucking hell, it's gone through the night and he still isn't here. Fucking hell, really? Fucking hell, that looks much bigger than 120 meters.
もう店の仕込みを始めんといかんから帰らせてもらうぞ。
今日は絶対に客が来ません。休みにしましょう。
なんじゃと小娘。
王都が兵団に落とされた直後にこれだ。
どういうことだ。兵団が民衆に自分たちの力を誇示しようとしてんだよ。
Fucking hell, alright, mate, calm down.
ああ、俺たちは今意味のねえことに付き合わされてんのか。ああ、こんな調子なら偽物でも無害な王様の方がずっとマシだ。
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Fucking deal with it, will you?
あれを見て。
Woohoo! Light him up! Fucking hell. It's fucking... Dead ass, no. Nothing. Oh shit, they've got floor-mounted ones as well. How are they gonna get back in?
寄せ集めの兵士をかき集めた大砲。ここは北側の内地だ。最前線の兵団のように実戦を踏んでいるわけじゃない。
Because they all came from the south.
今ある最高の戦力であることに違いない。
He's so big that they'll even create us. Like they would on the moon.
ありったけの火薬とロープとネット。まだ組み立てなきゃいけない。
So if it gets to the wall, are they going to use the same plan that they used a couple episodes ago? Where they roll gunpowder in and blow it up?
作り方はそうだな。大
Fucking
事
hell.
な人への贈り物を包装するイメージだ。
当然こんな前線にいてもらっては困る。
私には疑問です。民衆とは名ばかりの王になびくほど純朴なのでしょうか。
Oh,
お前のことを弱いやつだと思って
she's definitely changed.
逆だった。弱いのは俺だ。どこかで自分は特別だと思っていたんだ。
Oh shit.
だから他の兵士が俺のために死ぬことも仕方がないって受け入れた。
Whose grave is he out there?
あれほど憎んだ巨人も自分の体だとすんなり受け入れられたのも。だからどうする？壁の穴が塞げるようになったからってそれで人類は救われるのか？でも本当についてないのは人類の皆さんだ。俺なんかが切り札でよ。この町の子供たちはまるであの日の俺たちみたいだな。
Except this time the Titan that's coming's a bit bigger.
でかい巨人が襲ってくるとは思っていないだろうから。あの人違うのは壁の上に巨人を迎え撃つ兵士がいて、それが僕らだってことだ。
エレン、止まってる暇はない。手を動かして。
It's because he's thinking he's too weak, that's why.
どうしようもねえクソガキをぶん殴っただけ。
He's putting himself in a mentality that he should be in. What's it gonna do? Is it just gonna bring down the wall or what? That's right on its nape as well. Oh, how would it have a power? Or is that just the fact that it's been hit a lot, so it's sort of regenerating? Oh, fucking hell. Oh, shit. Yeah, it is the same. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, my God. That is rancid. Fuck.
エレン、出番だよ。
アルミ、あの日と違うことはもう一つあるぞ。切り札があるってことだ。
Me. Yes! Here he comes! Oh. Oh shit! Look at these. Oh. Oh shit! He's gonna rip him out or something! Look at him, he's a fucking titan, he's a savior! What if he just goes down his throat? Is he gonna go into his mouth? Oh! No way!
同じこと吹っ飛ばそうってことか。でも勝手に燃えてる。
This isn't...
巨人が都合よく口をアホみたいに開けといてくれればな。
目標はその自重ゆえなのか。顔を大地に閉じながら進んでいる。
Got the mouth to open, the gap will still be there. Oh my god, look at this! Eat that, you cunt! Oh! 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 Oh!
これほどの巨体でも本体は縦1メートル、幅10センチの大きさしかない。本体を破壊しない限りまた体を再生させ、この気を逃すな。君の考えは理解したが、戦闘への参加は許可できない。
わがままを言って申し訳ありません。でも初めてなんです。
Shit, it up. Oh! Get fucked! Oh!
君だけだ僕を分かってくれるのは。
私に任せて父さん。先祖の亡霊なんかに私は負けないから。
神よ。
Oh man! It's a lucky place to land. She could have easily fucking just straight up died.
私は本当に自分の意志で動いて。
King that, well, a queen that leads on the front lines. I was gonna say king because that's what a second code guess, isn't it?
私は
Your queen,
私はヒストリアレイス。
kneel, bitch.
この壁の真の王です。
Oh shit! He did survive.
私は今死ぬわけにはいかないんだ。
わからねえのか。名前は。
だから俺はどんな仕事もこなしていける。お前は違うのか。
構いませんよ。すべては無意味です。
アッカーマン隊長。
バカ、来るな。
Holy shit! Like half of his fucking, he's like fucking Two-Face.
ケニー。
Oh shit! You come back for him. Fuck you.
残ったのはあんただけか。
みてえだな。
大やけどにその出血。あんたはもう助からねえな。
いや。
We're gonna have a farmer and like a dog out the back moment. Okay, episode 9. Kenny has spinal fluid? Where's he getting that from? I mean, the fact that like the fact that he was completely like under all of that like rubble and in amongst all that carnage and like that thing's all right. It's in one piece. The only thing that I'm almost kind of inclined to believe that that vial is not the same. Like, it might not be spinal fluid because it was red, right? Oh, no, it's not red. It's just because because it isn't filled up yet and it's obviously see-through. It's just going off the cushion of the box. So it's not red. I can't even see the colour of the vial. Yeah, it's probably just spinal fluid then. So I guess he just stole it. I guess. But Rod seemed to think that like that was that spinal fluid that he had, and when Historia knocked it out of his hand and splashed all over the floor, he was acting like that was the last one. So I guess Kenny's probably had this for quite a while, because obviously we all know that his intention was to take the power for himself, right? Now, I don't know what his... I don't know what he's thinking, though. Like, bringing it out. Because Levi said, right, there's no helping you now. And he says, yeah, I guess so. Or something like that. And then he brings it out, like... What's he... Like... It's going to make no difference. If you inject yourself with it, you'll just become a normal Titan. It's not like going to help you out or anything. There's nobody there to eat. You know what I mean? So I don't know what he's... Unless he's just giving it to Levi for some reason. I don't know. We may get some revelations involving what the... Like, what Kenny's and Levi's relationship actually was. Because I think at the end there, when it was going through sort of Kenny's memories and stuff, I believe there was that relationship with Rod's brother. There was a little bit of that. And there was a kid in prison. Like, he was almost like imprisoned. And he looked proper thin as fuck. So I'm not sure if that's Levi or not. Because it might be. But Kenny he's pretty much Two-Face right now. He just got severely burned on one side of his head. So yeah. Alright. Fucking Rod as a makes his way up to the wall because he's been literally dragging his face across the length of this fucking... He's basically, his whole fucking... The front of his face has come off. It's like he's just sanded the whole front of his face off. And not only that, but his stomach as well. All of his torso. The fact is where he just like when he pulled himself up and his innards just splashed over the fucking wall. You remember last week when I was saying he would be at the height where if he had a dick he could just flop it up onto the wall, right? Well, it wasn't a dick, but it was close enough. To be fair, it wasn't a bad shout, was it? So yeah, there was an interesting thing in where he expelled smoke out of himself, right? Now, normal Titans don't have that ability. Like, they don't have abilities like that. So either it was just for the fact that he is so big, and so that when he heals, right, it's almost like it might as well be an ability. You know what I mean? Because the relative nature of how big it is, it actually creates wind pressure. It's either that, or it's because he's a race, and you know, like he still has like race abilities, but you know, obviously not great ones. Because there was the whole thing of Eren trying to use his coordinate power, right? But it didn't work. So I'm not sure whether it's down to Eren just not knowing how to coordinate them, or he needs maybe some kind of goal, like he does when he transforms. He needs some kind of goal in order to transform. Maybe it's something like that, or it's because the Titan is a race and it can't get affected by that. I mean, that would kind of make sense. I could see that, like, you know, transferring from his human form into his Titan form, if he's a race, you know what I mean? Because he can't be, his mind couldn't be altered, right? Because he's a race. So, yeah. I love the fact that fucking... I called it just before it happened. I was like, oh shit, what if he just goes down his fucking throat? In my head, right? What I was thinking was, he's gonna jam it into his throat. Not just explode it from his, like... Not just, like, set it off into his mouth. I thought he was literally gonna, like, run into his throat and force it in. But, you know, it was still great. I still liked it. But yeah, that was definitely a hype moment. I'm kind of... We're not going to say it. I think it would be an interesting perspective, though, because Eren was like, when I look at those kids down there, it kind of reminds me of what we were like when we were kids, and it's almost the same situation. Except this time, it's not the Colossal Titan. It's the, I guess, Gigantic Titan's what we'll call it. That's what Erwin called it, so... So it's much bigger. But it's almost a similar situation. And the difference is now, though, we've got Eren who's able to, you know, transform. And I think it'll be an interesting perspective from those kids to, like, to look up and see almost like, shit, this is the end of humanity. But instead, you've got Eren, who is also a Titan, but is their savior. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is like with this show is like, it's crazy to think how you get from episode 1 and have that imagery, and then to this episode and have that imagery, you know? You would have never thought in episode 1 that at this point we would be looking at pretty much the same thing, except a Titan would be the one saving the day. You know what I mean? I'm trying to take my mind back to like that moment when I first saw it, and that there was no way. There was no way in my head that I would have ever thought that would be the case. Because I was just like, whoa, fucking hell, this is gonna be cool. I had no idea. And that kind of goes with what I said and like last week, is, you know, the whole thing about Attack on Titan being like, you know what I mean, it's easy to judge Attack on Titan when you haven't seen any of it, and just be like, no, it's humans against big titans. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, the amount of substance in the show is a lot, though. But yeah, the perspective of the kids, I would really like. It is an interesting thing. But yeah, I guess what they were doing, because like the whole fucking like the whole Titan exploded. I'm at to believe that the chunks of meat that were flying through the air, what they'd expect was, like, what they were thinking was, one of these chunks of meat is Rod. Is that what they were? So this is an interesting thing, because this is the first time where, I believe it's the first time where it's shown a normal Titan and sort of the area in which you have to kill them, you know? Because it's not the same with a human transformed Titan where their whole body is in just the nape of it, right? Now, it's more like the spirit is in the nape, right? It's not an actual person in a normal Titan's nape. It's sort of like the concentrated point, I guess, right? And that's what it is. I mean, it would have to be, because there's some Titans, like 3-meter class ones, where it's like, you're not fitting a human in there. You know what I mean? So, I guess like a normal Titan just has a concentrated like sort of like a. How would you, like a, I don't even know. The only thing I can describe it as is One Punch Man, and it's at the battle like that's happening in like the last few episodes or whatever, and there's this sort of regenerating like monster thing, villain, whatever it is, and the only way to keep them dead and destroy them for good is they have these little like sort of spirit balls inside of them, and that's what you need to destroy in order to destroy them. And I imagine that's probably the same thing that's happening here, where there's like a concentrated like point in which they need to like destroy that in order to destroy him, because otherwise he would have just regenerated from that point. Interesting. Because you know, Erwin was saying like there had to be like a point where you cut like a meter or whatever the fuck. Let's see, where is he? He says it around here somewhere. Unless we destroy the main body, it will regenerate and form another shield of heat. But its vitals are still 1 meter high and 10 centimeters across. So I guess that's what they call this, like, sort of this area then. It's vitals. I don't know what it is. Like, I couldn't picture what it is, because I don't think they've ever really shown it, have they? It's just, well, it's normally in the nape, so go there. Like, there isn't like an image to suggest what the vital is, right? I don't know. Yeah, so I wrote down Eren's mentality because I figured, like, you know, he's kind of like, he's in the stage where, not anymore, but, you know, I think he's come back from it now. You know what I mean? From when he was in the cave. I think this is where he's put himself back in check by punching himself and obviously being like, oh, man, fucking pull yourself together. Which is good. I was wondering whose grave he was actually at, because he was mentioning at the time that he was talking about his comrades, right? Not so it wasn't like his mother or anything, right? I mean, didn't have to be a, because I'm not sure if like, you know, if civilians that are got eaten by Titans, I don't know if they would have been given a grave or anything like that, you know. There probably would have been like a memorial stone where their names might have been etched in or whatever, but who knows? I'm trying to find it in a deck. Yeah, I can't. Don't think I... Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Yeah, I don't know, because it's written in that weird language that is... It's no language. It's a made-up language. It's like etched into the gravestone, but I don't... Like, obviously I can't read it. And it doesn't have any, like, subtitles like explaining who it is. But he was saying... He was talking about other soldiers when they died for my sake, so it may have been, it may have been Levi's squad, possibly, or Petra or someone. But they didn't have her body either, though, because I had to let them bodies go, right? I don't know. I love the fact that the gigantic Titan's so big that it leaves craters in it, like a planet would have. You know when you look up at the moon and it's got a massive fucking crater in it. That's what it's like. This fucker's just so big, it's ridiculous. I did write down barrels of gunpowder like when they were first putting it together, and I was like, oh, they're doing the same thing that they did when they went into the cave and they just let barrels go and then fired like fire arrows at it and made it explode. Figure is, yeah, do it again. It's a good thing they had the whole like night to plan this shit, you know what I mean? Like, but I tell you what, like, I don't know whose idea it was, or who's like that eccentric to like figure out that because the fucker's dragging its face this whole way that that its face would come off. I mean, what would they have done if the Titan just decided to like bring its face up? Like, then they would have been fucked, right? Because if it decided to bring its head up halfway it's like to its location, then it would have just regenerated, right? And they wouldn't have been able to get it in, like get the barrels in there. Really fucking cool. Right. Last thing. First thing that we saw pretty much was the sort of first person view of Rod when he was heading towards like the wall and whatnot, and there was lights. He was seeing lights. It's sort of an interesting. Now I can't really. Yeah, it like blurs, and I'm not sure it is like what it is I'm seeing. I think what it is. All right. I'm gonna get this up because I need people. I want everyone to see it. So that's the interesting thing. You notice how it's almost. I think what it is if this is what the Titans are saying, right? Or this is what they're sensing, or whatever it is. I think the orange light is people, right? So obviously Titans are attracted to large groups of people, and I think that's what it is. I think that light emanating is like sort of the spirit, like let's say the spirit. A lot of people that are concentrated in one place, I think that's what the light demonstrates. The ones underneath, like the two lines that are at the bottom there, I think those are where where the floor mounted cannons are. It's either that or those are, because I couldn't really see. I'm not sure if. Because isn't there like houses outside of there, like outside of the Shiganshina district or this over just district or whatever? Outside that there is like houses that are just outside of them, right? Because that's what that could be. And maybe they hadn't evacuated everyone inside that part of the wall yet. It's either that or those are the cannons, like the floor mounted cannons, and people there. But it's an interesting sort of. It's an interesting sort of look. There, I believe you can see the cannons mounted on top of the wall. It's weird how that orbs of energy kind of thing. And that is just. I don't know what it is I'm even looking at there. That's just. It's a weird one, isn't it? It just is, because but I think that is what they're looking at. I think that is like a concentration of like sort of people like where Titans sense they need to go, and like that's almost like what their instinct is. But yeah, that's like the first time we've ever seen like through the eyes of a Titan, and like a normal Titan, not like, you know, like Eren or whatever when he's in Titan form. So yeah, it's interesting. Now I'm not sure if it's just straight up like vision or it's just a sense thing. I know they have eyes and whatnot, but yeah, definitely interesting. Anyway, yes, so that is it for this week of Attack on Titan. And we're going to have, I guess, next week, possibly Historia getting on the throne and having her, like, coronation or whatever. But after that whole manic, like, craziness, I'm sure it's going to die down a bit now, like, for now. We're on episode 9, so we're coming up to the end of, like, this arc. So I feel like next arc is going to be a fucking interesting one. I feel like we're going back to Titan stuff. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, we'll have to wait for that. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, I have links to a bunch of different stuff. One of them is the Discord. I urge everyone to go over there, especially if you want me to react to like a certain show, because that's where polls and things start over on Discord. So, you know, get yourself over there if you're interested in that. Also, if you just want to come talk to me or community, I've do that as well. Got a bunch of different activities and stuff that go on over there. My PO box is also in the description below, so if you do want to send me anything at all, you can do with that address there. I'll open up whatever it is you send on camera. It'll be a nice little addition to the video. And Patreon, that is the big one. So, bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. I have the early access tier, which is $5 a month. That'll give you access to shows a week early, and you actually get 2 more episodes per every show. So, you know, Psychopath gets 4 episodes a week, Suzumiya Haruhi gets 4 episodes a week, Tokyo Ghoul gets 4 episodes a week, and Code Geass gets 4 episodes a week. So yeah, that's 16 episodes across the whole week. That's 64 across the whole month. So yeah, if you're clamoring for more reactions from me more frequently, that's a place where you want to go. $10 a month, that'll give you access to the full length. So if you want to see full length, unedited reactions to all of the shows that I do, that includes all the shows I just mentioned, plus Attack on Titan, My Hero, and ReZero, then that's a place you want to go as well. Exclusive tier is $15 a month. That gives you access to another show I'm currently doing, which is Parasite. All OVAs as well, they go into the exclusive tier, and when I start reacting to movies, those will also go into the exclusive tier as well. So there's that. $50 a month, that is the elite tier. That'll give you a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It'll go to the back of the queue. I think there's about 7 shows in there right now, so it might take me a while to get around to it, but I will get around to it. However, if you want to jump the queue and go to the front, then you want to get the God tier, which is $100. Which means that show will be reacted to next. Now, the only rules across those last 2 tiers are that the show must be 150 episodes or less, and it must be a show that I've never reacted to before, or well, seen before, not just reacted to. And also, those last 2 tiers are cumulative. So obviously, with my Patreon, I'm on a pay monthly basis. So if you pay like the first month $100, and then, you know, second month comes along, you pay another $100, you get another choice. You know what I mean? So every time you pay, you get a choice of a show. So yeah, that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.